Welcome. My name is Javier Rene Solis on behalf of the McAllen Catholic Community and To The Max016670. I'm joined today by Maricela Perez, principal for St. Joseph Catholic School in Edinburg, Texas. So welcome. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
Great. So how would you like to get started? How about a vision or a little history of St. Joseph? I'm an Edinburgh person, so I'd like to know some of the history.
Well, I'm still getting to know some of the history myself. I've been a principal for 1 whole year.
Yeah, all right.
And one of the first things that the buy-in for me was when I did study the mission and vision that centers around service. And it's around service to others. And, when you do your research and you, hear the studies on depression and people who are unhappy and that kind of thing, they talk about the quickest way to make yourself feel better, the quickest way to get that dopamine shot is to serve others. And that being the very mission of our school just really resonated with me because we live in a time right now where so many people are experiencing depression and anxiety and unhappiness, and there's no better way than to serve others. So the children in our school learn it. It's inculcated in them from pre-K that we're loved by a loving God, and our reason here is to love Him and to be of service to others.
Oh my goodness, that's you're getting ahead of us on our questions, which is great. No, not at all. No, that's great. That's great to hear. I'm a licensed professional counselor, so what you're saying resonates, and and that you're doing it through formally through education and formally through the church. Wow, it makes me so happy. Makes me so happy.
It makes me happy that it makes you happy being a professional.
Well, many in my field are not going to go that direction and involve the Lord or mention of faith. When I interview people, as I'm sure you probably do when you're enrolling, what's your religious background? What's your faith level of faith, or what attracted you to our Catholic school to enroll? So
I always ask, how did you hear about it?
Yes, I bet. So tell us a little bit about the type of curriculum you have, or...
Well, it's quite a unique curriculum. We do what is, I call it a modified classical curriculum, and this is going to be the first year that we really implement that. What I mean by classical curriculum is the traditional way of learning. It's what Ivy League schools were based on, and it's the study of truth, wisdom, knowledge, beauty, and there's those things to be found in everything. A lot of us go about the world not knowing why we're here, what our purpose is, and when you look for truth in literature and understand the wisdom in it, it helps in our path, through life.
Beautiful, the incorporation of the philosophy, right?
Absolutely.
The foundation of the educational system in this country was founded by
by Christians. Catholics, yes.
That's right.
Yes. So we're very proud of the classical curriculum part of the nature of our school. However, we want to set the children up for success, so we do still embed state objectives. So people that are educators out there know all about TEKS, the Texas Essential Knowledge Skills. Right. All teachers in public schools are TEKS'd up to here, but we do also embed the TEKS within the classical curriculum, and that's why I call it modified. And that's also the beauty of the private nature of our school, is that we can do that.
You can do that. You have the
I can do that.
flexibility of that.
Because I have the support of our priest.
Absolutely. Father Greg Labus.
Yes.
It's fantastic.
Father Greg.
Now, I talk to a lot of educators. I'm a former educator myself. People are really stressed out by the state testing, and where it's over, the focus is overly on testing and not even on the daily lessons or the weekly lessons necessarily.
People say that the joy has been taken, the testing has taken the joy.
That's very sad.
Teaching.
That's very sad.
And I'm so fortunate to work in a place where we teach with joy.
And can work with that.
And we start the day with joy, and we start the day with prayer, and knowing why we're here. We start the day with that and then go on to the academics.
Well, you mentioned that. How do you incorporate that on a normal school day for the children as far as the prayer? You have the morning prayer?
Oh, yes.
What do y'all
We have
do?
assembly every morning. There's drop-off in the morning. We have assembly. And at assembly, we practice our faith. We practice our patriotism. Our students actually sing patriotic songs. Wow. Yeah, we sing the Star Spangled Banner. How many people really know the lyrics to the Star Spangled Banner? All the lyrics? Okay. Not a lot. Not a lot. I think there was a talk show that used to test people, like in society, like they'd give them like history questions. I don't know whose show it was, but very few people know.
Well, we knew it when
Where did you go to school?
Well, Edinburg Public School System, but that was in the day.
Yeah,
that was in
and
the
that's
day
classical education.
Yeah.
There's some things that are classic. You don't break those traditions.
Okay, all right.
And so, and we also start with the saint of the day. And our deacon, who is a former alum of St. Joseph School.
Deacon Silvestre.
Deacon Silvestre, yes.
I went to kinder with him all the way through 12th grade, and him and I were in kinder at Sacred Heart Catholic School before it closed.
So you went to Catholic school at one point?
Well, they closed Sacred Heart after our kindergarten year. Mm-hmm. He continued, and I went to, I got a little rougher edge on my personality going the public school route. But yeah, a lot of my friends are there. And then we reunited again in high school.
Yes.
Yeah. Because your campus only goes from
to
what?
8.
Pre-K? Is it pre-K?
Well, even younger than that, we have an 18 month to 2-year-old program called Little Lambs. Babies. So we have babies. Yes, they start with us when they're babies.
All the way to 8th grade.
And pre-K to 8th grade. Yes.
Wow, how exciting. Yes. How exciting. Well, talk about some of the activities do they have sports? Is there a band, music?
Oh, wish we could have the band. But we are limited just because of the population. It's not that we don't want to have those things. It's just that when you have classes of, 15 or fewer, 10 or fewer, then how many of those are really interested in music or sports, Yeah. And then, from there, and then the monies and that kind of thing. So we do the most we have with what we've got. We do have extracurricular. We have volleyball. We have soccer. We have basketball. Okay. And again, the kids, some of them don't have a choice. Deacon will come around and twist their arm a little bit
I know
to
Deacon,
get him to play for the season.
Deacon used to be one of the coaches for the basketball.
Yeah, he still does. He's our coach for PE.
Good.
Yes.
That's good. Yeah. That's great. So what else would you like to share that makes your school unique, I guess? Or maybe you've had famous alumni or something. What would you like to brag about?
I've only been a principal 1 year, so I'm still getting to know the history of the school myself.
Father Greg
I
is
was
the famous.
just
I'm sorry. I got so excited. I forgot.
My mind. Yes. Is it one of our success stories? Absolutely would be the story of Father Greg, who himself was an alumni and now is a community leader. And he is a great, fantastic support. Not only does he support me in the role as my superior, but also spiritually. If I'm having a rough day or I'm wondering why something or other, he has a way of bringing it back, bringing it and helping center me and helping me remember my why.
Yeah.
Yeah, because being an administrator, it's not for the faint of heart.
No, especially the school and the Catholic education field right now is challenged in many ways. People, I guess, public perspective on Catholic faith might be not positive right now.
Right now, unfortunately. And COVID did not help. The pandemic did not help because, why are you going to pay tuition when the child is home? So, you had a year and a half. Yeah. And so we're trying to recover from that. But I can't tell you, I've taught in public schools. I've taught in private schools. I've seen what both offer. I've met some of the best people, some of the most loving people in both. But what you're getting in Catholic schools it's an investment in the entire life of your child and your legacy, because they then are going to teach their children and their children are going to teach their children the tenets of the faith and love, why it is that we're here to begin with. Why do a lot of people become, you hear, I'm going to be a doctor, I'm going to be a lawyer, why? Do you really want to serve in that role? And that's what we're teaching. And I'm not saying they don't. Absolutely, they do. Yeah. But we have to go into the careers where we're going to make the most use out of our talents. And that's what we teach our children. That's what we teach them, to understand why they're here, what their gifts are, and then to follow that path. Right.
So on that same note, how do you involve your parents and how do you get the community involved?
It's not difficult at all at St. Joseph is what I'm learning. Literally, our parents are invested in their child's education. So they are always there, to support in any way needed.
Fundraising.
Very strong, very strong. Again, Father Greg is such a great support. So we also have the parish, the Knights of Columbus, and the different church organizations have been very charitable and helping our cause. Mm-hmm. And I'm just doing the best I can, to share the word and help people understand its worth. It's invaluable. Why do I work here? Why do I work in, private Catholic school?
Yeah.
It's not for the money, right? I want to get to heaven, period.
Wow, that's great. That's
period.
Fantastic. That's great to hear. So you're planting seeds, and obviously the leadership, it trickles down. It trickles down.
That's the goal.
And there's a lot of, and I'm sure you know more than I. Some Catholic schools have deviated, nationwide have deviated from the true teachings, the fundamental teachings of our faith, it seems. And
deviated in what way?
Well, for example, they're incorporating things that are not of our Catholic faith. I may be getting more political, a little bit more sociological.
I think some of that comes from trying to please. You want to keep your numbers, so you're trying to please. What do they want? What are they looking for? Well, they want inclusivity. They want, tolerance. They want more of this. And then I think the more we try to do that, yes, we probably do compromise. I know we don't, because Father Greg sees to it.
Right, and then you're on board. And
yes, and anytime I have a doubt or a question, he's there, 100%.
Yeah, and always with a vision to how. Okay, if we, on a decision, for example, well, how is our faith incorporated in that? Or is it just a waste of time and money or energy? Or why are we going to pursue that if it doesn't include our, moral development or faith development?
What happens so many times, the parents tell me, you're going to have conferences.
Right. Sure.
And the parents tell me that their children evangelize them.
Oh.
And that is beautiful.
That is beautiful.
When you hear that's happening.
Because y'all are doing something right.
Yes, absolutely. And it's the students that lead the family in prayer at Thanksgiving. It's the students who are telling their parents it's Sunday. You need to take me to Mass.
Take me to Mass. Oh, my God.
Father Greg teaches, hey, are you old enough to drive yet? No. Okay, then it's not your fault.
And the parents.
So the parents...
They feel like, oh, yeah.
But it is a beautiful thing. And I also get to discipline. I get to discipline with love, with dignity.
I don't know.
No paddles. No, the rulers have long since.
Okay, all right. Just asking.
No, I get to discipline with love, with dignity, with compassion, and I get to use Jesus's word.
Wow.
When I discipline.
Wow. That's great.
You don't get to do that anywhere else. When you tell a student, don't do that. Why? Everything is why.
I know. So, the parents can't come back at you. Why did you discipline my child? And you're like, well, I quoted from the gospel and Jesus, right? And they're like, okay. So let's say you're talking to a group of people and they're considering enrolling their children in St. Joseph Catholic School in Edinburg. And what would be your pitch? And obviously letting them know the requirements and things like that to enroll.
Well, I'd say you'd have to look at our motto, which is the Spirit comes shining through. And when you walk into our school, I sincerely believe that you feel that Spirit from the moment you walk in those doors. The Spirit is inculcated through every subject they teach. And I know that when I'm, again, having those conferences and tough conversations, I ask for the Holy Spirit. I'm doing it now. I'm asking the Holy Spirit to use me, make me an instrument, And I think there's no greater place to be than to start your day with prayer, to end your day with prayer, and to know that every teacher there, every person on the staff is on the same page,
Wow.
same page with that.
So genuine.
It's a challenge, though. Let me tell you, walking that road less traveled, not everybody's a fan. And I'm not talking about the staff. I just, it's hard to do, but there's enough people. There's enough people that want that.
Wow. I would think it would be difficult to, if I was a parent and I heard you say that, like, oh, wow, like I want my kid to go there because you're the leader. You're the leader. Yeah. And,
it's
genuine,
truth.
Sincere.
I'd like to believe that. Yes, I'd like to believe that. I do try to. I begin my day every day with that. It's not easy being a truth teller nowadays when you're living in a selfie world, and not even your selfie is authentic.
Well,
it's got It's, you know, the Photoshop and the filters and so that's what we teach our kids to do, is to find truth in everything. You're not going to find another school that does it.
So beautiful.
Yeah.
So we invite people to come and
for a tour. I will personally, and
tour.
I have.
Is there a phone call?
Personally give
Is there a
the
phone
tour.
number?
There's absolutely a phone number.
Tell us
There's
the
a
phone number
website.
here
We are on Facebook. We're really current with our social media.
So St. Joseph.
We're on 119 West Fay Street, right to the side of the actual parish in Edinburg. And our phone number is 383-3957.
Say that number again, please.
383-3957.
That's ingrained right in your heart, I can tell.
It is ingrained, seared on
God's
my
word
soul.
as well.
Yes, absolutely.
Maricela, thank you so much for joining us and everything. Well, you're welcome back, you know, to tell us how it's going. We'd like to do like maybe a review of your first year or something like that.
Fun.
Thanks again. Have a great day. Thank you. God bless you.
God bless you.